prices, harder for people to travel back and forth to work. Even though our economy's really messed up, everything really went up. Grocery prices are going up. It's really getting hard to live here in the U.S., especially with this war going on.
It's costing $100 to fill up a tank that was just costing me like $50. You're already in a recession, so gas at $5.49, $25 not even giving me a fourth of a tank.
He promised a lot of things when to get into office, and then it's everything that he promised is like the exact opposite. I mean, gas prices, honestly, I think this is the highest it's been. It's scary because I don't think it's gonna stop increasing anytime soon. I mean, he promised no more wars. I mean, right? I mean, that was one of his biggest things when he was running in his campaign, and that's exactly what we're doing now. So, and who's paying for it? Obviously, the American people. So.
Why is it $6? The only time I've seen $6 for gas was in LA. Why are we paying the same amount of money that people are paying in California? I don't make that much money. Come on.
You were the better choice, but honestly, I miss my Uncle Joe. I was a nobody and I was balling then. Now, I couldn't even tell you, I couldn't even show you $5 in my pocket.
We spoke to Trump voters here in Florida who are ticked off about the fact that the gas prices in the state have gone up by an average of about 60 cents within just a week.
I would just wish he'd keep up on his campaign promise and say he was going to put it under $3. He'd end that war so fast.
This dude is going through the 5 stages of political grief right now, and he's stuck on denial and anger. He genuinely believed the slogan. He bought the hat, and now he's feeling the sting of betrayal.
Never mind charging us Americans all sorts of money for fuel that you just stole from Venezuela.
And those gas prices are getting higher because of volatile oil prices due to the war in Iran, a war that these Trump voters tell us they hope wraps up quickly.
If I could, speak to the president, I'd just encourage him to finish up this war and get us back to a safe world.
He's saying about for our safety, leave somebody alone, they won't bother you. Hopefully this conflict over there will end, it's just unfortunate.
The overall vibe here at the gas pump amongst these Trump voters is they feel like the economy is not going well right now.
At the moment, I'm really out of work.
My hope is that it's temporary and it doesn't last for too long, that oil prices come back down. That's my hope.
Do you regret your vote right now?
Well, between him and her, I thought he was the better choice, but honestly, I miss my Uncle Joe. I was a nobody and I was balling then. Now, I couldn't even tell you, I couldn't even show you $5 in my pocket.
We spoke to Trump voters here in Florida who are ticked off about the fact that the gas prices in the state have gone up by an average of about 60 cents within just a week.
I would just wish he'd keep up on his campaign promise and say he was going to put it under $3. He'd end that war so fast, but here it is, 5 years later, helping his buddy out get his more money, and then never mind charging us Americans all sorts of money for fuel that you just stole from Venezuela.
And those gas prices are getting higher because of volatile oil prices due to the war in Iran, a war that these Trump voters tell us they hope wraps up quickly.
If I could, speak to the president, I'd just encourage him to finish up this war and get us back to a safe world.
He's saying about for our safety, leave somebody alone, they won't bother you. Hopefully this conflict over there will end, it's just unfortunate.
The overall vibe here at the gas pump amongst these Trump voters is they feel like the economy is not going well right now.
At the moment, I'm really out of work.
My hope is that it's temporary and it doesn't last for too long, that oil prices come back down. That's my hope.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are talking about Maga voters who are crying right now, and they're saying life in America is expensive. They're saying paying bills is a luxury. Right now they're saying buying grocery is a luxury because the prices are outrageously expensive. Do you agree? I'd love to hear from you guys. So we're going to watch this video. At the end we're going to talk much more. Please stay tuned and kindly subscribe to my channel, and I'd love to hear your comments.
guy is fed up, and he's not wrong for calling out the hypocrisy. It's the political equivalent of complaining about a hangover after you chugged a bottle of tequila. What did you think was going to happen? To all the dudes getting defensive right now, this is a moment for self-reflection, not deflection. You can't vote for a bowl in a china shop and then get mad when your dishes are broken. Accountability is a cornerstone of masculinity. You own your choices, the good and the bad. So own this one, learn from the consequences, and maybe next time, don't give the matches to the guy who loves watching things burn.
You truckers are fucking hypocrites. I'm gonna call it like it fucking is. You're a hypocrite. You bitch about the gas prices, you voted him in. You bitch at the store, you voted him in. You bitch about the rent, you voted him in. You bitch at the interest rates, you voted him in. What the fuck were you thinking? Let me know, please. Thank you. These rural Americans in this clip voted for Donald Trump, and now they cannot afford to eat. He promised he was going to make these people's lives better, fix all of the problems they are facing. However, he has done the exact opposite. Everything has gotten worse.
How big of a problem hunger is in rural America? Spend time at a mobile food bank.
90% of what I consume. And I don't keep the car running. I can't afford the gas, so I have sleeping bags to stay warm.
I still feel bad that I have to come up here and sit on a line, to get food. It's embarrassing as hell.
While Americans are struggling to afford gas, food, and rent, Trump has found time to do just about everything else except for his job, including giving $40 billion to Argentina. He's also found the time to demand $230 million in taxpayer money for himself. And of course, he's got plenty of time to destroy the entire east wing of the White House and replace it with a ballroom that's modeled after one of Putin's palaces. But he can't find the time or compassion to reopen the government or extend ACA tax credits that many of his rural supporters rely on to survive. This is what happens when leadership becomes a vanity project. Trump isn't governing, he is indulging himself. He's treating the presidency like a personal empire with luxury renovations and giving foreign strongmen billions of dollars. Meanwhile, his very own supporters are standing in food lines saying they can't afford gas.
His very own supporters are standing in food lines. That single sentence says it all. They were promised greatness and are being handed government cheese, all while the guy they worship is giving billions to foreign countries and using taxpayer money for luxury renovations. This is And there's the punchline, the big tax cut. Wasn't for you. It was for the guys who fly private, the ones who own the companies, the ones who fund the campaigns. You thought the billionaire was on your team, but he was just using your back as a stepping stool to help his friends climb higher. This is basic financial mechanics, men. Stop listening to the sound bites and start reading the fine print. When they say tax cut, you need to ask for who. Because a corporate tax cut doesn't magically appear in your paycheck. It gets absorbed by shareholders and CEOs. Your financial education is your best defense against being played like a fiddle. The whoopsie daisy is the perfect summary for this level of buyer's remorse. It's the dawning, crushing realization that the guy known for lying lied to you, and the consequences are devastating, fellas. Here's a life lesson that will save you a lot of grief. If a person's entire brand is built on deception, on lawsuits, on breaking promises, don't be the sucker who thinks, but he'll be honest with me. He won't. You are not the exception. You are the target. Due diligence is not optional.
watch this huge MAGA fan realize over time that Donald Trump's big ugly bill actually hurts him and his family. This was him before the bill got signed into law.
I bet y'all don't think Donald Trump's a liar now. No taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security passed the House today with flying colors in effect after December 31st, 2025. And y'all said he wouldn't do it, but he did the shit in 5 months.
But after he actually read the bill and realized that Donald Trump is not only breaking a bunch of his promises, but hurting the American people as well, his tune changed a little bit. Take a look at him now.
You know why we voted for Donald Trump? Because the middle class man finally thought he was going to get ahead in life. You said no taxes on overtime. Big, bold, beautiful letters. We thought, hell yeah, why would we not vote for that? Then you turn around and pass the bill and it's a crock of shit. It's a tax credit for the people that make a certain amount of money. Of course, when you put it in big, bold, beautiful letters, it looks great. We're going to vote for you. You knew what you were doing.
You want to see what 3.5 hours worth of work in Trump's America looks like? Let me show you. Family of 3. 3 fucking steaks. 3.5 hours worth of work. In normal America, this would buy a lot more groceries. But in Trump's America, it buys 3 steaks for dinner. We deserve steak.
That's the most heartbreaking line in this whole video. We deserve a steak for dinner. He says it with this mix of defiance and exhaustion, like fighting for a basic human dignity that...
For dinner. Every once in a while. This is not a normal situation. We do it as a treat for ourselves every once in a while. We fucking deserve it.
Can you see me? Can you hear me or see me? Can you hear and see me? Or see me and hear me? Yeah. That's me. Hello? Oh, good, you can hear me and see me. Awesome. Thanks so much. It's nice to meet you finally. We've been emailing, I know.
See, I told you, Democrats. Donald Trump just said that he got the grocery prices down across all the United States by 80%. He said he did that. 80%? That's amazing. What stores? Because I just went to the store. The eggs are still $8. Milk is still $5. Where are the prices going down 80%?
Oh, what stores?
Where's the store?
I don't really know any stores specifically. No one near me actually either. But he did say they're going down 80%.
The store. How do I take advantage of the low prices?
Well, yeah, and that is tricky. But I mean, Trump did. He said I pulled the switch and I brought prices down to 80% like I promised. And now they're cheap. But I mean, I don't know where they are either. But he said. I mean, Trump said. I mean,
if you're not seeing the prices going down, how will the prices actually? Just because he's saying the prices went down 80%, doesn't actually mean the prices went. You have to actually see the prices going down when you go shopping. You do.
Well, that's ideally yes. But what I like to do is I just pretend that the prices went down. I pretend that it's not as expensive.
It means the skit is funny because it's true. I just pretend the price went down. That is the psychological coping mechanism of someone who knows they made a bad bet but can't admit it. It's a deliberate delusion. And guys, you have to fight that impulse in yourselves. Reality is undefeated. You can't pretend a bill away. You can't believe your way into a full gas tank. Facing the hard truth that your choice made your life harder is painful. But it's...
Grocery prices are about to go up again, and it's 100% Donald Trump's fault. With Trump's 25% tariff set to go into place today, you're going to see prices go up on a lot of different things, but groceries are going to be very noticeable. Mexico and Canada are our top 2 importers for agricultural goods, accounting for 42% of agricultural imports. Consider the size of that for a second. 42% of imports of agricultural goods for 350 million people. So what exactly does that cover? Oh, things we don't need, like fruit or vegetables or grains, nothing important. And livestock and meats and sugar and all kinds of products that we spend billions of dollars importing every year. If someone tells you that this is not a big deal, this is a big deal, and you will feel it. Trump has been fucking around with this idea for a long time, and he is about to find out. Very quickly, he will remember that the American people largely voted for him to lower prices, and when he does something that aggressively does the opposite thing, he is going to find out what a mistake that is.
Can I ask you, Mr. President, on that point though, when the stock market is doing well, that doesn't affect everybody. Not everybody's invested in the stock market. For people that don't have 401ks or are not invested in the stock market, they've seen their grocery prices go up. Inflation.
They went up right now. They're going down.
Trump is still talking about Biden, but Biden hasn't been president for 10 months.
Yeah, grocery costs are going up. Your utility bills are going up. Your healthcare costs are going up. And here's Donald Trump who said he was going to lower costs on day 1, and in fact the opposite has happened.
They tell you what they want you to hear, but not what's actually it.
That's right. We're here to say what we're doing.
I struggle every
older and denied simple things like breathing meds. So gas, what are you going to do? So I don't eat this week because I have to take Mom to the doctor's tomorrow.
If you could pick one word to describe the economy, your economic situation right now under these conditions, one word to describe that.
Desolate.
Desolate. This is a word that heavy to describe economic situation. You need to.
It's a bit of a Trump. You're finally getting the recession that you voted for. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you to all get exactly what you voted for. If you didn't vote for Trump, I mean, I'm so sorry this is happening genuinely. But if you voted for Trump, you must be thrilled today. You must be thrilled. I mean, egg prices are not down yet. Grocery bills aren't down yet. You are losing your social security. You're losing any kind of support you have from the government. But the recession's coming, and you guys are going to crumble. Not only your own economy, the worst out of everyone's, but also the world's economy. How exciting is that for you? You're also losing allies, left, right, and centre. Isn't that so thrilling? I'm really glad that you were so racist and transphobic and misogynistic and quite frankly insecure and sad in your own little lives. You have to take your hate out on people, and you caused a recession for yourself. Happy for you.
We are a year into Trump's presidency, almost, and the economy hasn't gotten any better. People are still living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people are losing their jobs, and it's only getting worse. And so, even that excuse, I think the average woman would understand why you voted for Trump if you were broke when Biden was in power, and then Trump gets elected, and now you're a fucking millionaire. I think there would be more women being willing to hear that argument out, because who doesn't like having bread, right? Who doesn't like having a ton of money? But you can't even use that excuse, because he's not doing anything to remedy any of the financial situations, man. Shit is still so hard financially for the grand majority of people.
When it's all said and done, your wallet doesn't have a political party. Your grocery bill doesn't care who you voted for. The numbers are the numbers, and for too many people.
Trump means your groceries will be cheaper. So many people mention, I go in, so many people mention groceries, and beautiful but simple word, groceries. Sir, my groceries. You don't think of it that way, but that's what they mention more than anything, my groceries.
Why is everything so damn expensive?
The truth of the matter is, you're being told over 50% of Americans, they have less than $1,000 saved in their savings account. Majority of Americans literally are living paycheck to paycheck. Majority of Americans will tell you, if I end up losing this job, I'm one step away from becoming homeless. Most of Americans, they'll tell you, if I lose this job, I will not be able to pay my bills. Some of Americans right now, they are talking about literally deciding whether they're going to pay their rent or to live in a car. Once upon a time, lifestyle of living in a car, it used to be a luxury. People just want to experience the feeling. But in reality of today of America, you are being told, a majority of Americans right now, they opt to stay in a car because they cannot afford paying that rent, because rent is expensive. You're being told right now in America, owning a house is expensive. Majority of Americans cannot afford that. So who is to be blamed? That's the question. Majority of Americans, Maga voters right now, they're talking about the reality is, you're being told, the government is telling people that, you know what, there's no money to literally giving you guys affordable houses. There's no money to literally to give you guys health care, affordable care, insurance, where it can you can take you to the hospital. The government will cover some of the money, and then you as a American citizen or American who's living in America, you can literally get, you know, affordable bills when you go to the hospital. That's what the government is saying. But they also the same government is also telling you they have money for war. They have money to literally create weapons, to buy weapons. They have money literally to be aggressive and attack other countries. That's what they're saying. So Americans are asking this question: what's going on? And MAGA voters right now, they are crying bitterly. They're saying this is not what we were promised. MAGA voters right now, they feel betrayed because this current administration, when they came to power, they did say one thing. there's not going to be war. We are going to put our focus in American people. We are going to make American great again. That's what they said, and that is one of the pillars of their campaign. So fast forward 1 year down the line, we have seen right now America is at war. The war which Americans do not want, but somehow they woke up in the morning and found themselves they are already in at war with Iran. So majority of Americans right now, they're looking at their gas prices and they're wondering why. Why is that? The reality is, the truth of the matter is, Iran, where they are located, that Strait of Hormuz is a pathway for 20% of global oil. So if Strait of Hormuz is closed down, it means oil globally is not available. It means the supply and demand has been affected. It means your gas prices are going to be triple, quadruple as time goes by, as the war continues. And that's the reason why you cannot afford that gas price. That's the reason why you have to pay triple of what you used to pay when you're going to the gas station where you want to buy your gas. Some people literally in America right now, they say, I cannot afford to go to work because the gas prices are expensive. I don't know what to do. And these are people literally, when they say that, it's because these people are living budget to budget. They don't have an extra $100 or $200 to literally, to pay those bills. They are literally depending on their paycheck to paycheck. Some people literally are using their credit card to pay their daily needs. They're literally buying grocery using their credit card, and it's not supposed to be that. You usually use your credit card during emergency situation, but if you're going to use your credit card every single day to pay your bills, that means there's something wrong. And yes, later on this debt is going to overwhelm you, and if you're not careful, it will really going to destroy future prospect. And that is the reality. So yes, Maga voters right now, they're crying and they're saying, we made a mistake. We want to change the situation, but unfortunately, when it comes to voting, there is no a do-over. There is no rewind. Once the die has been casted, that's it. It's just a matter of you guys accepting the reality and deal with the consequences. We have looked at the farmers right now. The Maga farmers right now, they're crying. They have lost their farms. They don't have farm workers. Why? Because of the current policies which have been put in place. Farm workers are no longer available because majority of farm workers used to be illegal immigrants. And right now, there's that crackdown of illegal migrants in America, so nobody wants to work in those farms. As a result of that, farmers right now are stranded. They have no farm workers to work on those farms. As a result of that, farmers are incurring losses left, right, and center. And some of these farmers, they are not able to pay their mortgages as a result of that, so now they are losing their farms. And that is the reality of what's happening in America. And some of these Maga voters have literally come out and say they wish they can turn back their clock and vote the opposite of what they voted before. They are regretting, but unfortunately, life happens. There is no a do-over. You just have to pay for karma. And here is karma right now as we see it. So who is to blame? That is the question people are asking. What went wrong? That's the question people are asking. The reality is some of people are literally voting, not thinking with their brains, but some are voting using their emotions. Some people are voting against their best interest because there's something about that person I don't like, so I decide to vote for the other person. Unfortunately, right now, karma is coming around and calling them and telling them, you know what, this is what you voted for, and these are the results. So here I am. What are you going to say? Right now, you're seeing the Latinos, the Maga Latinos, the Cubans Latinos, they are like the Magas Mexican and all this stuff. Right now, they're crying. Even the Maga Asians and the Maga Arabians, they are crying right now because literally these policies are literally coming to bite them and literally affecting them left, right, and center. You're seeing families have been torn apart left, right, and center because of this crackdown of illegal immigrants. Because see, these people who voted for this, yes, you're an American citizen, yes, you voted for this, forgetting the fact that one or two members of your family members or somebody you know along your circle or in your community don't have papers, and you voted the way you did. And now here you are crying and saying, no, this is what I wanted. This is not what I voted for. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that exactly? This is not what you voted for. What exactly are you voting? because people warn you, but you did not listen. People told you, but you did not listen. People told you this is going to be bad, but somehow you bury your head in the sand thinking it's not only going to affect other communities, but not your community. And now here you are crying and say, please, let us all be united. Oh, please, let us all, face this issue together, so that when you have united one voice, people will hear us, and somehow these policies are going to be changed. Unfortunately, the Black Americans said they are going to see this one out. They're not making any noises. They're not going to say anything, because at the end of the day, you guys, you created this mess, and now you have to clean it up. That's basically what they're saying in a nutshell. So the MAGA voters who are literally turning around and say they are wishing they can turn back the clock and vote the other way around, this is the mess you need to clean up. How? It's up to you. Read, do research, empower yourself, know more, so that the coming election you vote the right way. You vote for the person who has your best interest at heart, because repeating the same mistake over and over and over again, that is stupidity. They always say when you make a mistake, it's not a mistake. But when you repeat a mistake over and over again, that is really a mistake, and it is a stupidity. So always vote for the person who has your best interest at heart. Guys, I'd love to hear from you guys. Please kindly subscribe to my channel. My name is Nishika, and this is Nishika Talk.